Gloucester kicked off the Group B competition at a sun-kissed Kingsholm against Exeter, and it wasn't long before the Cherry and Whites had the shed smiling. A brace for the impressive youngster Dan Thomas, and then two for speedster Steph Reynolds, including this well-taken effort on the left wing, saw the Chiefs wilt as Gloucester ran in 5 tries without response. Although Exeter ran in 2 late consolation tries, the Gloucester faithful were pleased to see their side take up prime position on the table after match 1. The game between London Irish and Bath started in blistering fashion, with Bath's Richard Lane scorching down the touchline and underneath the posts to open the scoring after just 22 seconds. The boys in white went on to add 2 more through Ollie Woodburn, but the Irish never knew they were beaten, and after trailing 19-7 at half-time, England 7's men Matt Turner and Simon Hunt sparkled in emerald green, the latter scoring a fine try, collecting his own kick-through to bring the scores level at 19-all. And with their tails up, Irish won the game in the dying seconds. Declan Williams benefiting from a lovely offload from Scott Steele, and the men from Reading were good for their opening win. Final score 24-19. Exeter got off the mark in the game against Bath through the quick feet of Tom Dowding, the winger eluding the clutches of the covering Bath defence to dab down underneath the posts. After 2 more Chiefs tries from Townsend and Faulkner, Bath came back into the game through scores from Will Homer and Chris Cook, but the final nail in the Bath coffin came through an impressively worked Exeter try. A patient build-up, clever lines of running, a good hand saw the youngster Tom Hendrickson cross over for one of the tries of the evening. The score condemned the men from the recreation ground to their 2nd straight loss and effectively ended their part in the competition, much to the delight of the Gloucester fans. The penultimate game of the evening was a straight shootout between the Chiefs and Irish, and although Exeter opened the scoring, it was the blonde head of Cam Cowell that caught the eye. The speed on the outside and then the jink back inside saw the England under-18 fullback coast in under the posts for an impressive individual score. And Cowell was at it again to round off the victory, this time playing provider. On a run that started again well in his own half, he turned the exhausted Exeter defence this way and that before offloading to Scott Steele. And it was the Exiles who booked their place at the Twickenham stoop. Final score, Exeter 5, London Irish 24. In the final game of the evening, Gloucester played Bath in a dead rubber, although little was going to stop the Cherry and Whites putting their old foes to the sword. A weary Bath defence could do little as Callum Brayley waltzed through to start the ball rolling. And even when Bath did try to attack, the ball seemed to end up in Gloucester's hands. Lloyd Evans with the midfield pilfering, who in turn found Rodri McAtee, whose somewhat senior legs allowed Ollie Thorley to round off a triumphant evening for Gloucester. 24-0 in the final game, and it is Gloucester and Irish who progress.